Bipolar disorder? Bipolar disorder is a mood disorder that involves extreme changes in mood, energy, and behavior. People with bipolar disorder experience periods of deep sadness and depression, where they may feel worthless, lose interest in things they enjoy, or have trouble sleeping or eating. They also experience times of mania or hypomania, where they may feel unusually happy, energetic, or impulsive. These mood swings can disrupt daily life and relationships, so treatment usually involves mood-stabilizing medications, therapy, and support services to help balance these extreme emotional states. OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD, is a mental health condition that involves repetitive and distressing thoughts, known as obsessions, and urges to perform certain behaviors, known as compulsions. Common obsessions include fears of germs, doubts about safety, or intrusive thoughts about causing harm. To manage these thoughts, people with OCD may engage in repetitive actions like hand washing, checking locks, or counting. These behaviors can make everyday life challenging, as they often take up a lot of time and cause stress. Treatment for OCD generally involves therapy, called cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, medication, or a mix of both, to help people manage their thoughts and actions more effectively. Social anxiety disorder. Social anxiety disorder, also known as social phobia, is an intense fear of social interactions and being judged or humiliated by others. People with social anxiety may avoid public speaking, group gatherings, or even casual social settings to escape the anxiety they feel. The worry over how others may perceive them can lead to significant distress, sometimes making it hard to go about daily life. To help with social anxiety, treatment often includes therapy, medication, or a combination of the two, which can help people learn to manage their fears and feel more comfortable in social settings. Schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a serious mental illness that affects a person's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in ways that can make it challenging to understand what's real and what isn't. People with schizophrenia may have experiences called hallucinations, which include seeing or hearing things that are not actually there, such as hearing voices. They may also hold onto beliefs that are not based on reality, known as delusions. These beliefs can feel very real to them, even if others can't see or understand them. Additionally, schizophrenia can cause disorganized thinking and speech, making it difficult to follow conversations or express oneself clearly. People with schizophrenia often struggle with showing their emotions, which may seem reduced or flattened. Treatment usually involves medications called antipsychotics to help manage symptoms, combined with therapy and support services to help improve their quality of life. Narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, is a mental health condition where individuals have an inflated sense of their importance, crave admiration, and often lack empathy for others. People with NPD might believe they are more important or talented than they are, and they may feel entitled to special treatment. While many people have some narcissistic traits, NPD involves a more severe pattern that can interfere with social interactions and work. Treatment for NPD usually involves therapy to help individuals develop healthier relationships and coping mechanisms. Alien hand syndrome. Alien hand syndrome is a rare condition where one hand acts as if it has a mind of its own, moving without the person's control. People with this syndrome may find their hand doing things they didn't intend, sometimes in direct conflict with their wishes. This can be very disturbing and can make daily activities difficult. Strategies to help cope with alien hand syndrome focus on managing the symptoms to allow the person to function as normally as possible. ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, often called ADHD, is a condition that primarily affects attention and activity levels, making it hard for individuals to focus and control their impulses. It usually begins in childhood, but for some, it can last into adulthood. People with ADH often struggle to pay attention, stay organized, and follow instructions, which can affect their daily routines and work. Hyperactivity and impulsivity are also common in ADHD. This can show up as restlessness, excessive talking, and having difficulty waiting for their turn in conversations or activities. Treatment for ADHD includes a mix of behavioral therapies and medication, along with strategies to help individuals improve focus and organize their lives better. Wendigo Psychosis. Wendigo psychosis is a cultural phenomenon observed in some Native American communities, where a person believes they are turning into a cannibalistic creature called a Wendigo. This condition is often linked to extreme fear, isolation, or hunger. Individuals may feel compelled to engage in violent behaviors or develop intense cravings for human flesh, which can be very disturbing. Wendigo psychosis highlights how cultural beliefs and environmental stress can impact mental health. Agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder marked by an intense fear of places or situations where escape might be difficult or where help may not be available if something goes wrong. This fear often leads people to avoid crowded places, public transportation, or even leaving home alone. Agoraphobia can greatly limit a person's activities and may lead to isolation. Treatment often includes therapy, medications, or both to help people face and overcome their fears, allowing them to feel more comfortable and in control. Wonderland Syndrome. Alice in Wonderland Syndrome is a rare condition that affects how people perceive size, space, and even their own body. Sometimes called Wonderland Syndrome, this condition makes people see objects or even parts of their own body as larger or smaller than they really are. They may feel as if their body is shrinking or growing, or that the world around them is distorted or surreal. These strange sensations can be unsettling and sometimes happen alongside other issues, such as migraines or infections. The treatment for Wonderland Syndrome focuses on managing any related health problems and reducing symptoms when they occur. Hypersexual disorder. Hypersexual disorder, also called compulsive sexual behavior, involves an overwhelming preoccupation with sexual thoughts, urges, or actions that disrupt daily life. People with this disorder may engage in excessive pornography use, risky sexual behaviors, or actions that cause them distress and guilt. Treatment options include therapy, medications, and support groups to help people regain control over these urges and to address any underlying issues. Piblokto. Piblokto, also known as Arctic hysteria, is a cultural condition seen in indigenous Inuit communities living in the Arctic. This syndrome often occurs in extreme cold and isolation and involves unusual behaviors, such as shouting, laughing uncontrollably, or removing clothes in freezing temperatures. After these episodes, the person may have memory loss or confusion. Although the cause of Piblokto is not fully understood, it may be influenced by social, cultural, and environmental factors unique to the Arctic. Jumping Frenchman of Maine disorder. Jumping Frenchman of Maine disorder is a rare startle condition where individuals have extreme reactions to sudden sounds or commands. Those with this condition may uncontrollably jump, shout, or even mimic other people's actions in response to sudden stimuli. Though the cause is not fully understood, it is believed to be influenced by genetic and cultural factors. Treatment primarily focuses on managing symptoms and helping people cope with unexpected triggers. Jerusalam Syndrome. Jerusalem Syndrome is an unusual condition where people visiting the city of Jerusalem may experience intense religious beliefs or even psychotic episodes. These individuals might start believing they are a biblical figure or that they have been given a divine mission. Although rare, these experiences can be overwhelming, sometimes requiring medical attention to ensure the person's safety. This syndrome usually happens to people who already feel deeply connected to the religious or cultural importance of Jerusalem. Paris Syndrome. Paris Syndrome is a condition that affects some tourists visiting Paris, where they feel disappointed, anxious, or even experience delusions about the city. People affected by Paris syndrome may have built up an idealized image of Paris, which doesn't match the reality they encounter, leading to feelings of shock or sadness. Symptoms may include hallucinations, paranoia, or feeling disconnected from reality. Most people enjoy their time in Paris, but those who develop Paris syndrome may need support or reassurance to manage their symptoms and enjoy the rest of their trip. Subscribe for more interesting stuff. Tell us your experience in the comments.